Oh, man. So, Cody Rhodes and Becky Lynch both show up on the same night, November 17th, 2023, in Evansville, Indiana, on a Friday night SmackDown. Out of nowhere, two Raw brand superstars both show up the same night within maybe 20 minutes of each other, and maybe within 20 minutes notice when you're one of them. Does anybody else see what the problem this presents? If you're going to have two different GMs, if you're going to have two different women's championships, if you're going to have two different shows with drafts that matter, then don't give the fans less than common sense and logic in pro wrestling where we die for it. We can suspend our disbelief. It's pro wrestling, for God's sakes. But just give us some logic, some common sense, some rules, at least a guide. Why was Cody Rhodes allowed to show up on SmackDown with theme music, by the way? They had his entrance theme ready to go. So again, I can suspend my disbelief when a person runs to the ring. I say, some guy's in Gorilla, sees a guy that's going to come through the curtain, presses his music. That's how I always tell myself when the wrestler A interrupts somebody or runs to the ring, or the glass breaks. Whoa, Stone Cold's coming out? All right, there's Austin's theme. That's what I always said to myself. But why would Cody have that ready for him when he's not even on the brand? And if you think that logic is bad, when we get to Becky Lynch, it's way worse. Charlotte Flair, of all people, suddenly are their friends, and she calls her up, and she has 15 minutes to get to the ring, and somehow she gets by security. She comes into the same ring Cody Rhodes just appeared on 20 minutes before. They're both a part of the Raw brand, but I guess when you're the Mon, you can get away with that kind of thing, because since the Mon went to NXT and the Mon won that championship, she can appear on any show. So I guess we're not going to get any logic when it comes to her, but it needs to have more like a fine, a suspension. There needs to be rules regulated. There needs to be more of an answer. If they're going to do a brand split or a draft, please make sense and give the fans some logic. That's all we ask for. I just don't get how Becky Lynch is even in Evansville, Indiana. She was on Raw in a different town, and she shows up in no time. And she's allowed to show up. So, yeah, and then she's allowed to get interjected into a PLE match that's going to take place when it's a SmackDown War Games match. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. Sorry if I ranted a little bit. This has just been on my mind lately, ever since Friday night. Sound off in the comments section if you dig this kind of stuff, if you like the surprise, if you don't care if there's no explanations. I think all the opposite. I really would like some explanations, and I would like some accountability. But maybe that's too much to ask. Maybe they think we're all just dumb and logic doesn't matter. Maybe. But I'm Brett Mix, and I'm raising the question. So sound off in the comments section below. Hit like and subscribe to a relatively new channel, so I'd greatly appreciate it if you did. And we'll see you on the next video. Have a good one.